Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the final round, and let's get back into the routine of things. I hope you're doing well. These are episodes that come out the day before the lines drop. So, not like the episode you saw earlier today. I didn't work today, so I was able to pull up images from Outlier because the props were out. So, you won't be seeing images like this. But if you do want to check out Outlier, I'll have a link in the pinned comment. They'll give you a 7-day free trial, and you can see them when the props do come out, and you can see all the lines for hits, runs, RBIs, total bases, pitcher strikeouts, and you can see the history and everything like that. So that'll all be there when the lines do drop. If you would like to discuss them, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. There's been great discussion that's been going on. Me and my mods, we do the best we can to keep things non-toxic. So it's normally great discussion. So MLB has been really good, and WNBA has been heating up. And I'm sorry if I sound sick. I guess when you travel to multiple cities in a few days, or I guess in like a week span, you might catch something. It was probably the UFC fights from getting spit on by guys who are just talking. But I found some picks for you guys. I don't charge for these. If you do well with them and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description. And my partner I want to point out today is Sleeper Fantasy. Use promo code FINALROUND11. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. I do have a Final Round squad where we drop all of our slips. Sleeper gives you a lot of options, and it has a dynamic payout system. You can get a lot of hitters for just like one hit, or you can take a lot of guys for under home runs or under stolen bases and try to play something really safe. But it goes up to 100x if you want to get creative and try to risk a lot. Or you can put 8 guys together and get a 2x and try like your own ladder challenge. So that's Sleeper and promo code FINALROUND11. In that pinned comment, there will be a link for that as well to take you straight there. So I do have 6 picks for you guys. I'm sorry I'm not going to have the pretty graphic up. It's just going to be me writing it out for you guys just because they're not out yet. So I'm going to put this up, and to the people who skipped ahead, my channel is a little bit different. I'm not like the 100 other channels who tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to give you the data. I work in analytics in my day job, and I'm going to give you the data for the best matchups that I see, and you can do what you want with it. You can take hits. I don't know what player prop app you're using, whether it's Prizepicks or whatnot. They give different player props, like JOCKMKT doesn't have fantasy score and stuff like that. So it's up to you to take what you want based off the data. So first pick is the only one who has history against a starting pitcher that I have for today. It's going to be Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians, one of my favorite players. He's been batting .391 over the past week with a .462 on base percentage. He's going up against Brady Singer, who he has 16 at-bats against. He's hit 2 home runs off of him. He's hitting .438 with a .550 on base percentage against Brady Singer. Second pick is going to be Brandon Marsh of the Philadelphia Phillies. Over the past week, he's hitting .558 with a .611 on base percentage. It's pretty crazy. He's going up against James Talon. James Talon gives up a .311 average and a .407 on base percentage to left-handed batters. So good spot for Brandon Marsh. Third pick is going to be Corey Julks of the Astros. Now, a lot of the Astros I saw had bad history against Jordan Montgomery. A lot of the main guys had bad history against Montgomery. So I see Julks, and he's one of the hottest hitters for the Astros. He's hitting .353 average with a .421 on base percentage over the past week. And Jordan Montgomery is giving up a .259 average and a .317 on base percentage to right-handed batters. Fourth pick is going to be an obvious one. This guy, he was on fire, kind of cooled off, and now he's back and he's on fire again. Luis Arias. He's been hitting .500 over the past week with a .548 on base percentage. He plays for the Marlins, and he's going up against Garrett Whitlock, who gives up a .269 average and a .305 on base percentage to left-handed batters. And my fifth pick is going to be C.J. Abrams of the Washington Nationals. Over the past week, he's hitting .417 with a .462 on base percentage. And he's going up against Brian Wu, who actually is really good against right-handers, but not so much against left-handed batters. So he's giving up a .450 average and a 522 on base percentage against left-handed batters. So any national who's a left-hander is going to have a good opportunity here in this game. And on the other side of that game, I took him for the last video, but he's got another good matchup. Cal Raleigh, who's been hitting 304 average and on base percentage over the past week. He's a switch hitter, so he's going up against Jake Irvin, who gives up a 279 average and a 386 on base percentage to left-handed batters. So another good opportunity for Cal Raleigh. So thank you all again for watching. Try to get this edited quick. I need to get more sleep. I didn't know vacation would wear you out that much. That was like the first time I actually like planned out a real vacation, and it wasn't like with my parents or anything like that. I guess I'm an adult now, so it was fun. Savannah was pretty awesome. They call it the most haunted city in the United States, but I think a lot of cities claim that, like New Orleans. They had like 11 different ghost tours, and this is a part of the video where I know a lot of people have clicked off and I'm just talking. But one ghost tour we went on was actually kind of funny. We went into the house of the lady who made the Girl Scouts. I asked the person doing the tour if she created the cookies because I wanted to thank her, and she said she didn't know. But the people outside driving the truck are like, make sure you take pictures of all the mirrors and all the dark corners, and if you don't see anything right away, check back in like 3 to 4 weeks and then you might see something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, no, for real, we've had people call back and like, how did you add this to our picture? We're like, we didn't do anything. So apparently I have a couple of weeks I have to wait. I'll show you guys some pictures. They had this like creepy doll room, and this room with like a table. They said a lot of stuff was worth like millions of dollars, but it was cool walking around. And we did one ghost tour the second night where they took us to where the hanging square where I forgot her name already, where they had the first hanging. It was a woman and another man, and they waited till she gave birth. They took her baby so she can never see it, and then they went and hanged her. And the guy doing the tour was like, do we have any volunteers? And I'm just like, well, no one's stepping up, so I just raised my hand. He's like, can you step into the X where the people would get hanged? And I stepped into the X, and he's like looking at me intently, like, anything? And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So I like made sure I was on the X, and he was like, do you feel anything? And I was like, no, I feel pretty good. And he's like, well, a lot of people say they feel pretty good, but then they come to me afterwards and say they saw the woman hanging above them, or the woman was following them the entire time. And I was like, okay, I should have pretended like something was happening to me. I don't know. It's definitely interesting to hear all the stories from Savannah, but the city's just cool in general. We didn't have to use my car at all. You just get out of the hotel and you go walk around, and there's so many restaurants, so much to do just in that area. You don't have to drive anywhere. Street after street after street, and it's pretty cool. I would suggest it if you've never been there. Put it on your to-do list. Same with the UFC fights. I think it's a bucket list type thing. The atmosphere and everything is just different from any other kind of sport that I can think of, other than like boxing, of course. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Another random tidbit that I'm happy about is, I think I've mentioned this in a video before, and the people who are watching are probably people who have been watching for a while, but I am now 1 year seizure free. So that is awesome. A year ago today, I had a seizure breakout. I had 30 seizures in 2 days. My wife saved my life, and it got me to the hospital. And ever since then, they found a new medication for me, and I have been seizure free ever since. So knock on wood, and hopefully that keeps going. Doctor said 50-50 shot that it's good for the rest of my life. The other 50 is a potential brain surgery. So that doesn't sound too great, but yeah, we'll see. Can't complain. Still been a year. So thank you again for watching. God bless you all who are still here, and I will catch you on the next one. It's the final round, and my name is Jordan. Bye.